You ever heard of value investing? Well, I'm here to talk to you about values investing. Here's the difference. Value investing is using a stock screener to pick stocks with the lowest PE in the market, then thinking, hee hee hee, I'm Warren Buffett. Values investing is saying, you know what's the most dispassionate and objective way of choosing my investments? Well, obviously, politics. But what screen do you run after that? Well, fortunately, you don't have to look for anything. ETFs already exist for values investing. Whether you're a conservative that supports Trump or a liberal who supports uh sorry about that. Liberal who supports Democrats, right. Anyway, no matter which side you're on, we've got you covered. And by we, I mean Wall Street. And by got you covered, I mean got you. This is the FlexShares ESG fund. ESG stands for yeah, I need to get a new record player or a new joke. ESG stands for Environmental Social Governance. Sound a little woke for your tastes? Why not try the American Conservative Values ETF? What sounds better to you? Now, if you're a normal investor, I already know what you're thinking. You're thinking, my values are whatever makes me the most money. Well, I got good news and bad news. To explain this news, I'm going to have us play a little game. It's called Spot the Difference. Here are two ETFs' year-to-date performance. The blue line is the conservative fund. The yellow line is the ESG fund. Can you spot the difference? What a weird coincidence, right? I mean, it's not like these two invested in substantially the same companies, right? Huh. You know, why does the shape of this graph look so familiar? Is it because... Oh, it's just the S&P 500. It's literally just the same as buying an average of all of the 500 biggest stocks. So yeah, the entire concept of values investing and ESG is a fraud. And that's not just me and my degenerate opinion. That's the opinion of the creator of one of the largest ESG funds in the world, who called them a dangerous placebo. So let's just assume you still want to invest in your values, but you don't feel great about putting your money into an S&P clone fund. That is exactly the same as if your values were precisely the opposite. Do you have better options? Well, not really. That's because values, especially in politics, are really subjective. Take two companies, for example, Goldman Sachs and Raytheon. Goldman is an investment bank famous for some really unethical behavior. Rereading that, maybe unethical is a little too tame. Would describing them as a vampire squid sucking the lifeblood out of America be too hyperbolic? No, apparently not. Okay, and Raytheon literally builds missiles that blow up children. Neither should go in a liberal ESG fund, right? Yeah, except the Human Rights Campaign, the nation's largest LGBT charity, gave each of these companies Employer of the Year. Now, maybe you think that's a disgusting use of HRC's time and money. Maybe you think it's just awesome that these companies treat their own gay employees so well. Sometimes perspective is just a fancy word for which end of the missile you're facing. Either way, what you think is just an opinion. And opinions are like assholes. One size doesn't fit all. In other words, consensus is always going to be tough, even among people who generally agree on politics. And most big companies are just involved in too much stuff for you to analyze everything they do. Think about it this way. The CIA funded Al-Qaeda. Does that mean that if you paid your taxes in the 80s, you're responsible for 9/11? So here's my solution. Pick a couple of sectors that you can just avoid. If you're a liberal, maybe that's oil, coal, weapons, stuff that causes harm. If you're a conservative, that might mean companies that make vaccines, masks, seatbelts. The stuff that's destroying freedom. Then invest without thinking about politics. I mean, you spend an average of like 3 hours a day bickering on Facebook with your relatives that you never actually see anymore. Maybe politics could take a break. And at the end of the year, if you feel you want to give back, sell a little stock, donate to your favorite church, soup kitchen, or animal shelter. Or if none of those things are doing it for you, you can always do what a better YouTuber than me, Benjamin, likes to do. Just donate directly to Wall Street by buying short-term out-of-the-money calls, because you can't spell charity without YOLO. Unless you actually have a functioning brain, in which case I'm guessing you made it to the end of the video. Congratulations! The rest of you are already posting angry comments about how I disrespected some cherished political belief that you hold. But comments are good for the YouTube algorithm, so whatever. Have fun being mad. And have fun investing. See you next time.